All right, it's your boy Rick Mohamed. I'm live here with the champ Deontay Wilder. We are all the way here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Heavyweight champ of the world, getting ready for battle here against Luis Ortiz, March 3rd, Brooklyn, New York, at the Barclays Center. If you don't have tickets yet, get your tickets. They're very affordable. The champ, I tell you that it's a good venue. No matter where you go, you're gonna be see a good fight in the Barclays Center. So, champ, once and for all, thank you for having me, brother. I really appreciate this, man. Much love, much respect. I'm a big Deontay Wilder fan, so I'm gonna just start from the beginning of your career and take them all the way back, old school. 2004, Tuscaloosa Central High School. You graduated. I always had dreams of being a wide receiver for the Crimson Tide, be a forward playing hoops. You got the frame to do it all. Then you find out, wow, daughter was born diagnosed with spina bifida. Glory to God, baby. God is good all the time. My oldest boy was born with cerebral palsy. Thank God for Children's Shrine Hospital for crippled kids. Walk perfect now. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Nothing. No man, no woman. So after that, you was like, what am I going to do? Your grades dropped. You had a lot on your mind. Crimson Tide was out. How did you come to grips? I got to go make some money and fast, and boxing was the way to do it. And then stumbled in Jay Nees's gym in 2005 at 19 years old. What made you do this?
Well, what really got me into it was my daughter. Being in college, I had to go to a community college. I had to get my grades up a little bit. You know, I didn't really know the true meaning behind, you know, the SAT testing and scoring a high score to go to college. And so it really wasn't explained to me well, you know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, but so it forced me to go to a community college. I went there, then during the second semester of that time, found out I had a child on the way. You know, being 19, young, doing what I want to do, you know, having fun, and, you know, you hear those words, I'm pregnant, you know.
That responsibility word.
Man, you know, I'm only 19, you know, like I said, I had everything I had everything. I did what I wanted to do, you know. I had my own responsibilities, and now here comes this little girl, another life that I brought into this world. So
time to grow up.
Man, time to grow up, be a man.
Yeah, man.
So
man
during that time, you know, I had a friend in college. We used to always talk about what we want to do in and out of life and what was the things we was trying to do to get there. Because people always can say, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. But it's all talk at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Until you apply action to it.
Put up or
you
shut
know what
up.
I mean? There you go. So I told him I should start boxing because I had this daughter. She was born with spina bifida. I didn't know nothing about spina bifida, you know, how to be able to take care of a child that had the condition, you know, a spina bifida.
It's scary when we hear these diagnoses.
Oh, man. Oh, man. The doctor's office, it was a dim, you know, very little light. He's sitting across his office. I got the mother of my child next to me, and he described it to her spina bifida. And so it was, even the mood in the room was like so crazy, you know. It was just scary all around. You know, telling us what all we were gonna have to, what all the requirement that it took to take care of a child, the help that could be out there given, you know. But it ain't no guarantee that you can get on the list, like, because it's the list so long. But thank God, like, we was able to get on everything, you know. And I was telling my guy in college, man.
Tell your baby girl. What's your baby girl name?
Her name is Naia.
Naia.
She's about to
God bless you. Hi, princess.
She'll be 13 in March. So she's growing up now, and I was telling him, bro, I need some money. I told him I should start boxing because
Why
boxing because I was ignorant to the sport at that time. Okay. I felt like every fighter that stepped in the ring made a lot of money. I didn't know it was a process, it was steps, it was levels. Not overnight. Because you see the magazine, you see they get in the ring, they on TV, you know, but not really knowing the true meaning, like, it ain't what it all seems, you know. Just because somebody on the magazine don't mean they get no money, you know what I mean?
Sacrifice, you know.
So he thought it was a great idea because I had nice skills in the street-wise, you know. I never looked for trouble, but trouble always found me. And that midst of time, I always had to defend myself. My daddy didn't raise no punk nor a fool, so, you know, he always taught me to protect my family and do the best I could, you know, to support them and stuff. And so he thought it was a great idea from the jump. So he had this guy that used to recruit guys to come to the gym, you know, because ain't nobody really just coming to the gym like that.
Right. Somebody had to bring you here.
Yeah.
How do I get to this boxing gym?
So I met up with him, came to the gym. When I walked into those doors, just to see the speed bag thumping, the heavy bag hitting, boom, people having boxing conversation. You see the sparring up in there. All of it was one sound. It sounded so good to my ear. I tell people all the time, I hear the sound, hallelujah. In the boxing sense, that's what I heard. I say it all the time because that's exactly what I heard. I knew I was at the right place at the right time, you know. So I went up to my trainer and I was telling him I want to box. So he looked me up and down. I'm coming in slim, 195.
You looking for the basketball court.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. The basketball court down the gym. And I'm looking at him all serious, like, this ain't no playtime. Like, this is real. This is my family depends on me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's time to eat. I don't know where you come from, but where I'm from, we gotta get it. You know what I mean? So I didn't understand at that time, but there's always a reason behind everything. And when I came in, my mindset and mentality was already to turn pro. I needed money right now, so I was gonna be a journeyman coming in. I wanted to spar all the pros. I didn't even know what amateurs was. I didn't know nothing about that.
300 amateur fights, that don't mean nothing to you.
Nothing at all.
Bring them on.
Bring it all.
Bring it on.
Bring it all.
So check this out. 2007, you beat the #1 favorite guy that they picked to go all the way, win the National Golden Gloves and the USA Boxing Champion. Blasted them fools. 2008, Deontay Wilder, heavyweight champion of the world, y'all. Then he goes and represents this great country, United States of America, in 2008 at the Beijing Olympic Games, where he gets the bronze medal. So, talk to us a little bit. And mind you, 21 amateur fights. How the hell did you pull that off, D?
Yeah, at the end of my amateur career, I ended out with like 35 bouts total in the end. But, I'm going against guys that have been in there ever since they were 5 or 6, 7 years old.
300 fights.
Yeah. All of them 100 some, sometimes 2, sometimes 75, 50.
Trophies taking up the whole living room.
And here I am coming with 10, 12 fights, 15.
Blasting.
But, it was all about my heart, though. It was all about my heart, my determination, and my will to win for my daughter.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And now it's still the same with all my kids now. It's more that have been added. So now it makes me even more eager to do what I set out to do.
Okay.
And that's to unify the division and support them beyond their belief like I always been doing. So, it's not a mistake why I came to the gym. It's not a mistake why I became a champion. It's not a coincidence that all this has happened. Not only that, but my faith, my belief in myself, my high confidence of how I speak, how I really feel what I mean. I tell people all the time, I don't speak with my mind. I speak with my heart. My mouth is just only a translator to what my heart says.
Why would you be afraid to speak anyway? What is wrong with us, D? So not to get you off track. That's why I say, man, you got a lot in common. So then you win the bronze medal, 2008, turn pro in 2009. You're climbing, success, accolades, and then comes by 2015, here you go with the first Birmingham fight, take the title. Then in 2016, you defend the title, you fight Chris Arreola, you break your right hand, tore your bicep. Now, I'm watching you. I'm watching you how high speed you are in this ring, and I'm like, how does a guy like you take the whole 2016 off after the doctor said we gotta have surgery, then we gotta do rehab? I bet you was like a kid needing a lifesaver, fidgety for that whole remainder of 2016. Talk to him about that, because a lot of your fans don't know you hurt that hand in that fight.
Man, not only in the Chris Arreola fight, not only did I break my hand, but I tore my bicep.
Right.
And I came in with third-degree burns in the fight. You know what I mean? So
that's from punches hitting your arm.
Well,
or is that just part of the blood that's running through that and all that whole injury?
The third-degree burns came from some yard work I was doing. I like to get out in the yard every night. I'm still a humble dude. I'm a saver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's something that I can do, on my own free time, then I get out there. I do it. I still watch my own cars. I get out there sometime and still get on the ride lawnmower and enjoy the nature. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's peaceful. You know,
Still an ordinary guy. You just do what you do for a living and make a lot of money doing it.
You know, I enjoy doing that. I'm like, why pay somebody to do something that you can do with your own time? You know, my father, I always used to see my father grinding. I always used to see my father working. I always used to see my father doing things on his own, whether it's fixing cars, whether it's,
Fixing
cutting
the house
grass,
up.
fixing the house
You a
up.
country boy. You used to that.
Yeah, we're always about saving money. Why pay somebody for what you can do unless you're lazy? You know what I mean? And, I still do some of those things. So, it's never been easy for me. Nothing ain't never been easy for me.
Well, being a black man, they not gonna hand it to you on a silver platter anyway, champ. So that's another story we're gonna get into at the end of this too. Yeah, see what I'm saying? You like so.
Love you too, baby.
So he good.
Love you, man. Be safe.
All right, baby. You bet. So 2017 comes around. You got this thing going on with Ortiz. He doesn't pass the drug test. He's taking something called hydrochlorothiazide, and then he said he had high blood pressure. But we know that mask PEDs, performance enhancement drugs.
Right.
And that's a good thing you were smart enough to catch that. Just like Floyd did Pacquiao, just like Floyd did Shane. We gonna do the Olympic style doping. We gonna piss. We gonna take blood all the way up to the fight, baby.
Exactly.
You work too hard to be cheated. If you can't come in here and train like a man like me, and come for it, and you want to cheat to get it, ain't happening. So with that being said, everybody know boxing is 90% mental. What did that do? How did that affect your whole persona when you found that out? Because you was hyped and ready for that fight, and then he done failed the piss test. How did you feel, champ?
Man, it was crazy. Camp was going good. I had great sparring partners. The flow, the energy, everything. I was at that point in time, I'm in the kitchen cooking, having fun, cooking my little meal or whatever. Because I enjoy cooking as well too. I like to cook at times. Too. When I have all my brothers over and we just sitting around each other and just enjoying each other's vibes. You know what I mean? And I have my manager called me, Shelly Finkles. And I've been with Shelly for so long that we both know each other. Even when how he sound or certain things he finna say, I know when it's good news, I know when it's bad news when he called me.
Yep.
And when he called me, I instantly knew because of his voice. And I'm cutting down the radio, telling everybody to be quiet, you know what I mean? And Shelly, I'm Deontay. I'm like, what is it, Shelly?
That's that voice.
Yeah, that's it. I already know. I like Shelly. You already know how I am. Give it to me straight. You know what I mean? I don't
100.
like beating around the bush.
Yeah.
I don't like none of that. Give it to me straight. I ain't the type of person that even like surprises. So just give it to me straight.
Right, right.
And when I said, he said, okay, Ortiz failed the drug test. The fight may be off. I was like, man, the rage that was inside of me. You know how you go back in those days and you start crying when you get ready to fight, you huffing?
Yep. Disappointment.
Man, I went back into those days, man, because I was so ready. My body, everything, physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm ready and to get those news that he cheated again, It was crazy. And to come out talking about blood pressure pills and stuff, we all know that's masking agent to cover up things.
Yeah.
Although we talking about that now, if he's still taking blood pressure pills and we know that cover up something, why wouldn't I allow him to continue to take something still to this day, Because we was talking about this, drugs are being made every day.
Every day.
That can't be detected with the technology that we have.
That's that undercover.
And once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yes.
They always find some type of way or avenue to go through to cheat, So with that being said, I can't wait.
How you got high blood pressure and you an athlete? That's like saying you obese. If you drop a couple of pounds and walk, you won't be a diabetic no more. So how are you taking high blood pressure medication? But what else is he supposed to say? That's the politically correct thing to say.
But not only that, but the thing about it, the last fight, did he have to take blood pressure pills?
Right.
The last fight before that, did he take blood pressure pills?
Well, he coming up
even
against
the last fight before that, did he take
have to
blood pressure pills?
you go.
Why, when it comes to me, these guys feel the nerve, feel eager to do certain things when it comes to me, but let people say, let them say, I'm nothing. I'm this. But we know that people have to have something to say to promote the fight, to hype the fight up, to even build the confidence in themselves, to even just step in the ring because they know they stepping in there with a monster on that night. So, you know, it just it's been crazy, man. You know, I consider quitting at one point in time.
We need you, baby.
Yeah.
We ain't had American champ in 9 years.
Man.
Thank you for bringing it back on the U.S. soil.
It's been crazy. My journey's been crazy.
And then you get the Bermain, the rematch. Blast this fool. What made you come out, boy? And you probably was taking that out on the whole Ortiz deal, and you just let Bermain have it.
It was both. It was both, and you know, it was the Berman because I'm trying to sit Berman down. I'm like, yo, bro.
You old
chill
news.
Out. Just chill out. You know, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to unify the division. And, you know, I've already beaten you.
Right.
You're going to get your time. Everybody going to get their time. All the guys that's at the lower, at the midway into the bottom, you're going to get your time.
Then
You can call me out. You can do all this. You're going to get your time. I promise. I'm trying to unify the division. I'm trying to do something what no man has done since 2004. You know, I'm trying to bring it where there's one champion, one face, one name. That's Deontay Wilder.
Absolutely.
So with Berman, we paid him sit-aside money.
I was ready to say step aside money, yep.
You know what I mean? And it was crazy. So they were so eager to still fight. He felt like he had my number because of the first fight. But I'm looking back at the fight, and if anybody remember that fight, if you go back, how the hell you say you got me when I beat the shit out you for 12 rounds?
Boxing lesson. That's
You
what I
know
saw. Yeah.
12 rounds. So, you know, I even pulled this trainer to the side, Dunn House. I said, Dunn, you gonna really let him fight? Why y'all doing this to
I
me?
know House.
Why y'all doing this? He said, champ, you know how it is. You know the rules.
He ain't gonna eat if he don't fight nobody with the likes of a Deontay Wilder. Where they gonna get these paychecks from? But I understand what you're saying. It's still a business, and you had the business sense to, hey, step aside. You know, hey, I'm trying to do something here and unify. This is my legacy. I gave you your shot.
Most definitely.
So with that being said, now Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder is back on. It's a done deal. It's sealed, signed, sealed, delivered March 3rd, Barclays Center, Brooklyn. Here you go, in a camp, and you about to take off to New York. How do you feel now? Are we looking at the same type of blasting job you did on Bermain, or are you gonna try to, like, you know, fill this guy out a couple of rounds and carry him and just put him night-night?
Yeah, most of, you know, it's all about what these guys present to me on that night, you know. I go off of the vibe of them. I definitely feel them out, and whatever they bring, I'm able to adjust to any fighter I step in the ring with, no matter what style they have. And people always talk about he's Cuban, he got 300 amateur fights, and you know,
We
and
always
all
talk
that.
about it. Don't mean
Yeah, for sure. It don't mean nothing when it's time to get in that ring.
square,
when it's
baby.
time to perform and fight, because we all know I perform my best under the big lights, baby.
Yeah.
You know, I don't shy away from that. So Ortiz ain't never fought a fighter like me. He's never had to work for every inch in the ring. He's never had to recalculate, you know, what he's doing. You know, he never had to deal with some guy that wanted to come in and knock his damn head off.
Yeah.
You know, he's never dealt with that. He's never dealt with a real man in that ring.
He's in trouble March 3rd, dude, and I pity him. I feel sorry for him, and you know we're gonna be praying for him as well. But because when you put that right hand, that bomb, when you drop them bombs on him. Now I want to talk to you now about more of your accolades and success story, because I researched you real good, man. I told you I'm a big fan. Deontay Wilder gets inducted to the Alabama Hall of Fame next to another legend that was brought up in Lafayette, Alabama, Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. You won the bronze medal, so now we got Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, in the Hall of Fame right here in Alabama with Joe Louis. Boy, tell me how that made you feel.
It made me feel wonderful because Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber, my name came from him. You know, it was like a dedication to him. You know, and it felt great just for him to be from Alabama. I'm from Alabama, along with others. You know, we got Evander Holyfield, we got Ernie Shavers as well too.
Yes.
So, which we're gonna induct Evander Holyfield sometime this year. Yeah.
Really?
Sometime this year he's gonna get inducted in at Alabama Hall of Fame.
That's gonna be nice.
And yeah, that's gonna be nice. So we got the Bama boys coming. I got all of them on my belt now. So you know what I mean. And it just felt good, man. It just felt real great to see a legend like that, and then he get inducted. Then I'm right behind him. You know, that me being able to dedicate my name and just to see that too. come together, just Alabama boys, just just like that. It felt good from that point of view. You know, I still have a lot to go. I still have a lot to do when it comes to accomplishing things that they have accomplished in their career.
Yes.
My career is still going on.
Absolutely.
So
You're still young too.
yeah, long live the king. I love to see at the end of my career how it ends out. That's with my record. That's with how long I'm gonna stay a champion. That's with if I'm gonna keep the knockout spree up.
Right.
And everything that comes with it.
Everything that come after boxing.
Most
Talk to me
definitely.
about a lot of people, and I read about how you said that you got media and analysts that talk negatively about preferably black African American champions and celebrity fighters and other athletes, and how we praise champions and athletes from other countries opposed to hurrah and praising our own American athletes and champions who then fight them overseas fighters, but we'll cheer for them, not our own kind. What is that about, champ? Talk about that, man.
I don't think we know.
I got you on the road.
Man, it's crazy because when you talking about a black man, it's so many emotional feelings come with just not only just being a man, just being black.
And a black man in the South.
You know what I mean?
Brother, you got triple trouble.
Man, my eyes is open. I'm so woke. I was one sleep at one point in time. I'm so woke now. And it's amazing. Oh my God!
Aging.
And my 30s have been some of the best years of my life. Some of the best years of our
They
life.
gonna get better.
Man,
You get
and
watch.
I understand so much. And when I look at my people, I love my people.
Yes.
I love all people, but my people, I love them. And the thing about it, like we the only race that really don't come together like other race, just stay behind each other. But that go through that go back through the history of time when they were ancestors were slaves and stuff like that, and you had the field niggas and you had the house niggas, and how we used to merge, bump heads with each other and
Fight
become
one
Uncle
another.
Toms and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
tell on each other and stuff like that. So, during the history of time, they formed our mentality to be that way, to hate each other because many a times we tried to, especially after they abolished slavery, we tried to come together. We tried to do things. It was one point in time we was owning our own hospitals, own schools,
Yep.
own businesses,
Right.
on private jets and stuff like that. That was Black Wall Street, and what happened with that?
Preach, champ.
So with that being said, people can't say we didn't try to do nothing. They can't say we don't try because every time we try,
Somebody
come and
come
shut it
around.
down.
They change the game.
they don't want to see us prosper. They don't want to see us make it. They don't want to see us to
Unify us
colonize
as
something
one.
and unify us as one. They want us to stay separated
And fight and kill
and
each
fight
other.
each other and kill each other, but then want to go and bash us. Look what's going on
Keeping
now.
us suppressed.
Look what's going on now. When you have a black man that go around, he'll shoot somebody up, call him a thug. He's a terrorist. He's everything else. But when you have a white man do
Mental
it,
health.
it's mental health. You know what I mean? Just a little sign. But I think over time, things as far as black people is starting to go like this.
We
They're
coming
starting
together.
to realize. They're starting to understand. And me having a platform that I have,
Yes.
I speak my piece.
And I like
And
that.
nobody gonna stop me from speaking my piece.
Why I'm with you, brother.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I speak it vocally. So I want people to understand.
Boisterous. Just put it out there.
My parents never taught me to be racist. Some of them came up in the times where it was bad. Even my grandmother did them at times.
Yeah.
Super bad.
Your trainer's white, Jay Nees.
My JD,
Yeah.
and I love him to death.
Yeah, he's still a man like
You know
us,
what I
right?
mean?
What's different? His blood, what color? It's red, ain't
There
it?
you go.
I didn't think it bled white, or when you get cut, you bleed black.
But you just gotta understand that, when we talk about race and stuff, people get very touchy. And the people that get touchy is the ones that they have nothing affected, have nothing done to them. We get emotional for the subject because our ancestors dealt with it.
300 years. We
Our
still
ancestors
dealing
dealt with it. My parents dealt with it.
Yes.
My parents dealt with it. And still to this day, we deal with it.
Is you this home born and raised?
This is born and raised. I got homes other places,
Yeah.
but this
Born
is
and
my
raised right
hometown,
here.
born and raised.
Okay.
But it's still a occurring issue going on, with that subject, and people get so touchy because they want us to forget.
Yeah.
They want us to stop talking about it. But if you want us to forget and stop talking about it, you got to make a change. It got to be. We can't forget and stop talking about it.
As a
it's still
people, as a
occurring to
race,
this day.
we all have to make that
Come on,
change.
exactly. But it starts with the teaching of the parents with the children.
Yes.
See, the parents still have that old school teaching.
Mentality.
Because a child will play with anybody.
Yes.
You take a child to a park around any type of other children.
Don't matter.
It don't
They
matter.
gonna play.
They'll play with them to sun up to sundown.
Polka dot pink, don't matter.
Only until that parent says, no, don't play with this. Don't do this. Don't do that. But this, and that. And it shouldn't be like that. That's why you're seeing so many, mixed races coming together. After a while, the world gonna be full of mixed races.
Yeah.
And a lot of people still in their old ways with that as well too. But like I said, nobody really wants to talk about this subject when they're dealing with others, because they the ones that done brought the suffering, heartache, and pain to the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you can't pull up pictures of somebody being hung with their hands tied behind their back, helpless, even if they wanted to get out, they couldn't. If you can't bring up pictures of your people being burned to death, if you can't pull up pictures where your people, they took babies to hold them as bait for alligators.
Oh my God.
You feel me? They used to have black babies as bait for alligators, to kill the alligators, bro. If you can't bring up pictures like that, then you ain't got nothing to say to us. That's why we feel the way we feel. That's why we do the things we do. And people don't understand it.
That's it.
Because they ain't been through it.
Nope.
If you done been through it, you'll understand it.
Yes.
If you done had somebody that been through it, whether it is occurring now, whether it occurred in the future, you'll understand it.
Yes.
They ain't trying to understand it. So
Absolutely.
long as they ain't trying to understand it, it's our obligation to keep talking about it until it bring about a change. But the thing about, we worrying about them to change when we got to change for
ourselves. We got to change.
Even the way we approach each other.
Cause we
The way
got to
look at
come
each
together.
other. We got to love each other.
Thank
and
you.
that's is what's forming. And as long as I'm in office, as long as I have that podium, as long as I stand as a black king,
Y'all listening?
I'm going to continue to preach to my people. I'm going to teach them love. I'm going to teach them to be able to help each other out. Like I said before, it ain't what the days have come to when we look at each other instead of saying, how you doing, my king? How you doing, my queen?
Brother,
Instead, we look at a meme more ready to fight, ready to see if this person going to take something from us, and it shouldn't be like
Won't even speak to
that.
each other.
But
So-
it's a change.
Now tell me about Custom Inks, Knockout Bullying, T-shirt designed by Deontay Wilder. Some more community service things that you guys never hear about, what these athletes and superstars do. Knockout Bullying, you designed the T-shirt with Custom Ink. Tell us about that. What was your message in doing that, D?
Well, it's a lot of anti-bullying, goes around, especially with the internet. The internet is very powerful with
taking
that
over,
and stuff like that. So, it's a lot of people with organizations out with anti-bullying. I met a guy actually when I was in Memphis, and he started his organization and stuff. So I might be doing a little something with him. But with the shirts and stuff, just basically just like anything else, promoting it, getting the message out there, because a lot of young kids have been affected by anti-bullying, have been affected by, people messing with them because they don't have, things, they're not able to afford certain things, and that's just how the world works and stuff like that. So, I'm definitely against anti-bullying, and it just needs to stop. Many kids have committed suicide because of that, because they can't find inside themselves that why people mess with me, why this guy pick with me, and if they tell somebody, then they feel like their life in danger, or they add more to pick up. So it's all about joining somebody, teaming up with them in that particular time, making shirts, making awareness, doing certain things. But I feel that if we're gonna do things, or if I join with somebody or we do things, it can't just be for that month. It can't be just one time.
Right.
Continue it. It gotta be a continuation.
Yes, that's the only way you're gonna make a change.
That's the only way. Because we do things, we'll do something maybe one time out of a month. 2 or 3, 4 months pass by.
You don't hear nothing else about it.
We don't hear nothing else about it. The message got to be way more than that. It got to happen more than once for people to really stick. Because in a crowd, everybody ain't gonna get the message.
Nah.
We always say, well, if one person get it, I done my job. No.
We got to reach more than that, baby.
More than that. You got to do more than that, because one person ain't going to one person can change something, but it's still like raising a child. It take a village.
Yes.
It take a village for a transformation, a big change to happen.
Absolutely.
And that's what we had to get on core with each other. Like I said, we had to start loving each other, respecting each other, and just stay bonded with each other. Telling each other we love. You see how my brother came by?
Yeah.
You know, that's not my actual brother.
Yeah.
He's been with me in the camp all the time, but that's how we greet each other.
Love each other.
Even
like
with my
brothers.
brothers, my
Yeah.
main guys I have around, when we get off the phone, we tell each other we love each other.
Got-
It ain't
life
nothing
is
about
short,
him
brother.
being a man, I'm a man. You talking about he? I mean, I love him.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
him.
You'll cry together with that man.
Real.
2 more things, and I'm gonna let you get out of here, champ. A lot of Deontay, the next world champ. He has a children's book out. I didn't know. It's at your local Walmarts. It's at Barnes and Noble, Amazon. How's that going? You still pushing that, right?
Yeah, we still do a lot of things with that, especially at camp. We do a lot of signing with it as well too. Just getting out. I've been so busy lately. I've been having this idea of going to different schools, and not only just in my state, but in other states, and just to read it. You know what I mean? Because it's a true story about me always being a hard worker. My father always instilled in my brother of what it took to be a hard worker. But not only did he teach, he preached it as well too. So we got an opportunity to see it, and not him just, you need to do this. We actually saw it. You know what I mean? So we was destined, and that's how we know hard work. And the thing about it with children, I always say it start with the children. It start with what you instill in them and what they grow up to become. Now, they're not going to follow every law and rule that you apply to them. They're not gonna. They grow up. They deal with. They start to find themselves, or as the old folks say, smell themselves, and then they start doing their own thing. But if you can instill the right thing in them when they're young, when they grow up, they make their own decision. I always tell my children, you're gonna make the right decision in life. You're gonna make the wrong decision. But whatever decision you make, you gotta suffer that consequence will come behind your action. And and that's basically what it is, man.
Last but not least, what message would you tell your young black youth out here, these young black men out here? What would including your own children, what would your message be right now with all this going on, the shootings in the school, everything, but most importantly, our young black men that are dying on the streets by the hands of law enforcement, in their custody, and so on and so forth. What would your message be?
Right. Man, there's so many. What can be said that haven't been said already, really, because sometimes it's easy to say, you got to put that down, you can't do this, you don't need to do that, go get a job, you know what I mean? Some of that stuff, and I'm trying to come at you with a real angle on here, because that's good and dandy to promote that and to say that, just like we said, we need to love each other.
Yes.
That's good to say, but sometimes people are put in positions where they have to act.
The role, play the part.
There's so many people that's in poverty. There's so many people that really need help out here.
Yes.
So many people that if they don't go and steal food or whatever, I don't condone in stealing people's stuff. You know what I mean?
They have no other means.
But some people just they can't. If they don't, some kids only eat when they go to school.
You gotta survive.
I've seen it many times. Even when I was coming up in school, they only eat when they go to school, and then when they go to school, when they go home, go outside, to get custody, go a day without eating. So some people actually live real lives out here, man. We take that for granted, and the only message I can give these people, man, is just you gotta believe. That's why when people see me, I speak things in existence. This is no game for me. I don't do it for the TV. I don't do it for the show. I don't do it for the hype. It's from my heart. So when I tell people that I speak it, I believe it.
Yes.
And I receive it.
Yes.
I think people should learn how to meditate. Learn how to visualize what they want to do each and every day.
Focus on that.
Meditate your mind on doing that. That'll be a start. Even when you're in poverty. You know what I mean? Because I came without nothing myself, but I haven't had the worst of the life like some of these kids, especially a lot of the kids in Chicago. I walk with Father Fletcher out there,
That's my home,
and
Southside
man,
Chicago.
I got a brother live out there as well, and he was with me. We walking out the streets of Chicago, man. It's sad what's going on and how they got those people out there. You know, my heart, my love goes out to those people. You know,
Chi-town,
but
stand up.
yeah, for sure. But we must have to believe that can be a change. Believe that we can actually accomplish something. You gotta believe it because belief is the strongest thing. You know, it's just like religion. You know, sometimes we'll pray about things that don't happen, then we lose our faith.
You can't do
Yeah,
that.
you know, God, or somebody died. If it was a God, you can't automatically.
He may not come when you call him, but he'll be there right on time. He ain't gonna come when you call him. He gonna come when it's time. But look here.
The only thing I can tell him before we go, just keep belief in yourself. Stay strong. I know sometimes you wake up every day in negativity, so it's hard to stay positive.
Yes.
It's so hard to speak positivity when you see it each and every day.
Yes.
But try to find somewhere that you can go where you can have a little bit of peace. It don't have
serenity.
to be a long time. It can be 15 minutes. It can be 20 minutes. Find some place where you can find peace and be able to meditate about what you want to see your future like. Meditate how you want to see your day going about and visualize yourself going through the course. So when it actually comes, it's the law of attraction. When it comes, you've already been there. You know what to do when your time comes, when your blessing comes. Sometimes we can be so busy. We can be in other people's business so much, and we got 99 problems, and we trying to solve that man one problem when we can't even solve our own. So with that being said, we got to stay focused because if you took 6 months to worry about your business and the other 6 months to stay out of other folks' business, you'll see a whole year that went by. You done focus on yourself. You done figured out some things. You done thought about some things, and you know, it's a change to come. I know it's hard sometimes, but we gotta have faith. We gotta believe. We gotta have hope. You can't give up. That's the main thing.
Yep.
Never give up.
It's your boy Rick Mohamed. I'm reporting live here, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Skyboxing gym. Deontay Wilder, heavyweight champion of the world, getting ready to fight Luis Ortiz, March 3rd, Brooklyn, Barclays Center. And we out. Champ, much love to you, baby.
Bob Squad!
Oh!